There are many wrestlers the WWE have to choose from, but for some reason, Jey Uso is constantly in the spotlight, constantly winning all of these matches, but we've seen him have his run before. There's many botches. He can't jump over a rope. He can't hold a cake correctly for someone's birthday. There's just many problems with Jey Uso, but he's always pushed in a position to be over. And I don't mind Jey Uso having his reign, having his time to shine, but we tried it. It didn't work. It was not a good story. He did not do well as a main champion. But for you to constantly give him opportunities, right? Last week, guys, didn't CM Punk and Jey Uso just fight and Jey Uso lost? Why the fuck would we want to watch this match again? And I know nepotism is a big part of wrestling, but damn, if you have no talent, you should not be benefiting from it, right? Like The Rock. His father was a wrestler. Right? But The Rock had so much charisma and so much talent, it did not matter if he was related to someone. I'm not going to complain. Same with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is way more talented than Jey Uso. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's put in this position because of his dad. And plus, Braun Breaker, he went through NXT, right? Like many years. When there's other people part of the bloodline, or I don't even know what they're called now, Solo Sikoa's crew, they just come up. They don't even have to go through NXT. They just get signed because they're Samoan or they look Samoan. It's bullshit. To me, it's bullshit. There's other people busting their ass that are better on the mic, that are better in the ring, that they can't do shit. They never get their opportunity. Let's quickly compare Jey Uso and Montez Ford, right? On the mic, who's better? Montez Ford, probably, right? In the ring, who's better? Montez Ford. Okay. Who has a better physique? Montez Ford. So why the fuck is Montez Ford stuck in a tag team division, but Jey Uso constantly getting opportunities for a main title? Why is that? It's very sad when you just break it down like that. Like, this guy's just stuck in a tag team division, and this guy's just constantly getting opportunities. Even before Jey Uso was getting opportunities, he was in a prominent storyline, right? The Bloodline. But he's the same character for 6 years. There's been no growth to his promo ability. There's been no growth to his in-ring ability as a solo act. But we're still going to reward him. That is my problem. And that is just... When you don't see any improvement, why are you going to reward that person? We brought in Andrade. We brought in Rusev, Aleister Black. Now, Aleister Black's on SmackDown, and I'm pretty sure Andrade was on SmackDown too, but we bring in these guys, and we have nothing for them, but we constantly book Jey Uso in this way where there's no room for other guys. Like, there's no room for Rusev, right? Jey Uso is going to win this Battle Royale. Meanwhile, Rusev is coming off of losing to Dominic Mysterio clean. Well, not really clean, but he lost one-on-one to Dominic Mysterio, and now he's losing to a bunch of goons like Grayson Waller, Kofi Kingston, fucking Jimmy. He's losing to these guys, and I don't even think he finished in the Final Four in the Battle Royale. So, yeah, Rusev not doing anything, and, I'm not a big fan of Rusev, but he's better than Jey Uso. And notice how Jey Uso can't tell any stories unless he's with a Jimmy Uso, unless he's with a Roman Reigns or Bloodline. Right? When you're constantly pushing someone who needs other people, you're taking it away from... Like, Jimmy Uso, what is he going to do? Is he constantly just going to help Jey Uso for the rest of his career? No, because this is what they're going to do. They're probably going to plan another Jimmy versus Jey match at WrestleMania, probably for a world title. I hope not. But it's either going to be that or Sami Zayn is going to come back soon gunning for the world title. And... yeah, we're stuck with Sami Zayn and fucking Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. What is up with wrestlers nowadays? What happened to the characters? What happened to the fucking coolness of wrestling? Why are all the baby faces just bitches? Like, what happened to the coolness of wrestling? You know what I mean? Like, we used to have Macho Man, The Rock, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels. But let me tell you this, if you constantly push Jey Uso, and not give other people their time to shine, you're not going to find your next top stars. And to be honest, this past year has been the worst year for WWE. When it comes to viewership, has been decreasing every week. Every week the shows have been boring, bland, the same shit has been happening. They push the same stars. There's no up-and-coming star that's built in any way, no real storylines. There's no effort. And I feel like casual fans, like, if you want to gain new viewers like they try to from Netflix, you actually have to try. And casual viewers not going to be excited by, let's say, a pop, right? Someone coming out who they haven't seen for a year. They're not going to get excited for an AJ Lee, right? But AJ Lee returning could be huge, a big deal for other people. But they don't look at it at that way. They only cater to the hardcore fans who buy tickets to show up. And I understand, like, you want to make them happy. But I'm telling you, if you put on a good show and have good storylines, they're going to be happy no matter what. But, like I said, they try to get as much money for doing less. And I just think we have to put more pressure on Triple H and the business. Because, you know, I have seen the video for the Battle Royale had, I'm pretty sure, like 20,000 dislikes compared to like 9K likes in the first like 24 hours. Which is, I feel like that's a clear indicator. I think you need to change things up. But let's see if they take a hint, or let's see if they fucking triple it down. Because they've been pushing Jey Uso for 6 years now. 6 years, and he still hasn't caught on. He still hasn't gotten better. And I'm tired of it. There's other people on this roster that should be getting a push, that should be getting their chances. LA Knight should have won the Battle Royale, let's be honest. LA Knight should have won. I would have been down to see an LA Knight versus CM Punk for the championship, and then you could have CM Punk win. That's cool. But then you can build a cool feud, and then LA Knight can turn fucking heel, and then you have a whole story with CM Punk, LA Knight. There you go. Right? Or if you want to turn Jey Uso heel, he can, I guess, interfere in the match, whatever. And then you have a triple threat. I don't know. Like, do something, man. Actually, I don't want to see another triple threat. Scratch that. No triple threats. But, like, damn, man. They love Jey Uso so much, and I just do not understand it. And I know there's other people who are curious to why Jey Uso just gets all of this favoritism. And my opinion, it's nepotism, right? That has to be. There's no other way. He does not have the skill set. He's a great tag team wrestler, right? I'm not saying he's not a good tag team wrestler. He's not a horrible mid-card wrestler either. But to have him as your main event, to have him as your main champion, it's not going to work. It's not. He cannot carry a brand. And that's it for this video. I just had some thoughts. I briefly talked about this in my last video, but I feel like this needed a full video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.